I'm Dee Dee Myers.
And I'm Todd Purdum. And we're here talking about the results of the North Carolina and Indiana primaries and the state of the presidential race. What do you make of it, Dee Dee?
Well, the conventional wisdom certainly is that this is the end of the road for Hillary Clinton. She didn't exceed expectations. In many ways, she didn't even meet expectations. Surely people expected that she would win Indiana narrowly, but she won really narrowly by only 2 points.
Okay, but she says she's in it. She says she's going to stay in until there's a nominee, and she hopes she can be that nominee.
But is that, I mean, is that you always say you're in it until you're not in it. Mustn't there be a conversation going on someplace in Clinton land about what she really needs to do now?
We all remember in 1992 how the Clintons came into the convention a little bit wounded. They were running third. Bill Clinton was running third behind President Bush and Ross Perot. And they undertook an effort to kind of reinvent themselves or represent themselves to the public. Right. They called the Manhattan Project, right. And they made it clear that they had a daughter, Chelsea. People thought they were a childless couple who came from privileged backgrounds. So, could Senator Obama do anything like that now? What does he need to do to tell those voters that he's for them?
He needs to remind people how unique his story and how particularly American his story is, for example, and how, if he can do it, any American can do it.
What do you think Senator Clinton should do? Does she want to be vice president? Is part of what she's doing trying to prove her appeal to a certain segment of the electorate so that she's indispensable in the fall?
The Rules Committee of the party will not meet until May 31st. So Florida, Michigan will not be resolved until then. And so it's probably unlikely that Hillary Clinton will get out until that last primary on June 3rd. But by then, they ought to have a strategy. By then, somebody must have gone to her. And I think one of the things we should look for is how negative will she be in
these coming weeks.
Right. I mean, I think that'll be the first clue. That will be how she telegraphs where her mind is. If she goes after him hammer and tong, it'll say she's still fighting for the nomination as if she doesn't understand the obstacles aligned against her. But if she goes out and makes a case for herself without undermining Senator Obama's case, without attacking him personally, without some of the negative language we've seen in recent weeks, then I think, we'll start to say, well, she's obviously looking to her future. She has an interesting future. This isn't the end of the road
Absolutely.
For her. She can go back to the Senate. She could be vice president, and that'll be another thing. I think if she starts to soften her language in the coming weeks, I think people might start to say, you know what, she wants to be vice president, and she might be a pretty good one. There's a couple of things vice presidents need to do, right? One of them is hopefully underscore something important about the top of the ticket's message, but also be a good attack dog going after the opponent.
And a terrific debater, which she would be.
And a terrific debater. That said, she has almost exactly half the party supporting her. She's won almost exactly half the delegates, almost exactly half the votes. She's brought a lot of it. Half the equation here has been Hillary Clinton. It's not just Barack Obama firing up the base and getting these huge turnouts and new voters and all that. So she has a real claim on it, I think, if she wants it. And if her people go to the Obama people and say she really wants it, it will be difficult for Senator Obama to say no. She's earned it.
I guess the one thing that's clear is that there'll be more to talk about, and we'll be back before it's over.
This isn't going to end soon one way or another.